So good afternoon everyone. Myself Pratiksha Shivnarayan Patil. I'm working at a Rajarshi Shahu Mahavidyalaya Latur in Department of Zoology and Fishery Science. So in last lecture we study that is a phylum Cnidaria. So our next topic that is a classification of phylum Cnidaria. So if we see in the last lecture, that is a general characteristic of phylum Cnidarias. So we see in last lecture phylum Cnidarias we also called as Cylindritas. So in that we see there are two forms are present in phylum Cnidaria. One is a polyform and second was a medusa form. And also the special characteristic which is a present in phylum Cnidaria, that is a cnidocyst cells which is a present in phylum Cnidaria. So let's see the classification of phylum Cnidaria. So let's classification of phylum Cnidaria. Phylum Cylindrita, or we also called as a Cnidarias, about the 10,000 known species. So in our environment or in our earth there are 10,000 species are present of this phylum Cnidarias. So this 10,000 species which is classified into the three classes. So let's see, it is classified into the three classes, namely as a hydrozoas, scyphozoas and anthrozoas. So if we see the phylum Cnidaria, which is divided into three classes. First class, that is a hydrozoas, second class, that is a scyphozoas, and third class, that is a anthrozoas. So if we see this hydrozoas, example like a hydra, obelia. If we see this class scyphozoas, example like Orilla or Rhizostoma. If we see third class, that is Anthrozoa, which is example like Metridium and Adamsia. So let me see the first class, that is hydrozoas. So if we see this meaning of this hydrozoas, hydros means water and zoans means animals. So let's see the some characteristic of class first, that is a hydrozoas. If we see this hydrozoa, which is they are mostly marine animal, but some may also live in the freshwater. We know that in the phylum Cnidaria, we say that so all the organisms which are totally marine, but exception that is a hydra, which is live in also the freshwater. So in this hydrozoas, mostly animals are marine, but some which is also live in the freshwater. So next characteristic, they are the chiefly colonial. So if we see the all organism mainly show or live in their colonies. So mostly all the animals which is live in their colonies. So some forms may also appear solitary, but if we see some animals which is also live the solitary. So next characteristic of this class hydrozoa, medusa stage is absent in few animals. Medusa stage which is completely absent in some few animals, but present, it may be present in some animals. So sometimes both polyp and medusa stage are present in few animals of this class. So if we see in some classes or in some animals, polyform and medusa form, both two forms are present. Next characteristic of this class hydrozoa, cylindron of this polyp of this class is undivided. So if we see this class polyform which is undivided. Also mesoglea is acellular. If we see this mesoglea layer which is present in between the epidermis, this is acellular. So if we see next characteristic of this hydrozoa, cnidocysts are restricted to the epidermis. We know that in the phylum Cnidaria there is special type of cells are present, that is a cnidocyst. But this cnidocyst cells which is restricted to the epidermis, means this cnidocyst cells which is present in only the epidermis in this phylum Cnidaria and class hydrozoa. Gonads also occurs in the epidermal region. If we see the gonads which is present in class hydrozoa, which is only present in the epidermal region. Next characteristic in this class hydrozoa, which their colonies are polymorphic with a different type of zooid, like a gastrozoid, that is a feeding type, dactylozoid, which is a defensive type, and this gonadozoid, which is a reproductive type. So their colonies are polymorphic and different type of zooids are present. This is a special characteristic of this class Hydrozoa. So in this class Hydrozoa, there are presence of animals which is live in the colonies, and they which divide their works in the different zooids. Like this, they have different type of zooids are present. Means gastrozoid present. If you see the dactylozoids are present, gonadozoids are present. Means division of labors in that colonies are present, and this is called as a polymorphism in Cnidarius. So polymorphism is basically is known as a division of labor. Means it is divided the all works to different type of labors. That is called as a polymorphism. So this polymorphic nature which is present in this class Hydrozoa, and different type of zooids are present. So let's see the example of phylum. Let's see the example of this class Hydrozoa. So if we see the various example like this, next class Scyphozoa. So second class of phylum Cnidaria, that is a Scyphozoa. So if we see the meaning of this Scyphozoa, Scyphos means cup and zoos means animal. If you see this meaning of this Scyphozoa, that is a Scyphos means cup and zoos means animals. So let's see the characteristic of this Scyphozoa. So all the animals belonging to this class are marine in nature. If you see the all the animals which is belonging to this class Scyphozoa, which is a marine in nature, also live all this organism which is living marine in nature. So Medusa stage is a predominant in this class. If you see the Medusa stage, which is a predominant in this class, Scyphozoa, which mostly organism which look like a Medusa stage, look like a jellyfish. So mouth is surrounded by 4 oral arms. If we see their mouth of this Cnidaria, which is surrounded by the arms. So mesoglea is a cellular and contain the ambocyst. If we see this mesoglial layer, which is a cellular in nature and contain the ambocyst. So cnidocyst occurs in the epidermis and also in the gastrodermis region. So if we see the cnidocyst cells, which is also present in epidermis and also present in gastrodermis region. We see in the class Hydrozoa, this cnidocyst cells which is present only in the epidermis, but in Scyphozoas, this cnidocyst cells which is present in also the epidermis and also in the gastrodermis. So next characteristic of this Scyphozoa, gonads occurs in the gastrodermal region. So if we see the gonads which is present in this class Scyphozoa, which is present in gastrodermal region. Next characteristic of this class Scyphozoa, polyps are solitary or may also exist in colonies. If we see in the Scyphozoa, polyps are present. They are solitary or it may be live in the colonies. Polyp stage is a Cyphostoma. Bodies are divided into the septa. If you see the polyp stage have the Cyphostoma, means in their body there are septa are present. So next characteristic of this class Scyphozoa. So this class include the jellyfishes. If we see all these Scyphozoa, class Scyphozoa, organism which like a jellyfish, mostly organism which look like a jellyfish, always belong to the class Scyphozoa. So let's see example of this Scyphozoa. Class Scyphozoa, bell-shaped animals like a jellyfishes. Scyphos means bell and refer to the jellyfish and bell-shaped animal body. So Scyphos means bell-shaped animal. Their body which is a bell-shaped. So there are third class, that is a Anthrozoa. Our third class, that is a Anthrozoa. So meaning of this Anthrozoa, anthros means flower and zoon means animal. Means animals which look like a flower. In that class, animal which is look like a flower. If you see the Hydrozoa, animals which is look like a, in Scyphozoa, animals look like a bell-shaped means jellyfishes. And Anthrozoa, animals look like a flower. So let's see, all the animals of this class are marine. If you see in this class Anthrozoa, animals are mostly animals which is live in all the marine water. So mostly In this class, animals live in the Marinotrade. They are maybe solitary or colonial. If we see the animals which is a live in Anthrozoa, which is a maybe live in the solitary or it may be live in the colonies. So let's see, all are sedentary polyploid form. If we see in this class Anthrozoa, which is a sedentary polyploid form. If we see animals of this class which is a sedentary in nature, means not move to one place to another place. It is a sedentary animals. So in this class, the Medusa stage is absent. If you see in this class, Medusa stage is completely absent because all the organism which is a look like a polyform and it is a sedentary in nature. Mouth is oval and surrounded by the whole of the tentacle. If we see mouth of this organism in this class, so it is oval shaped mouth is present. So in that mouth, there are all like a tentacle are surrounded by the mouth. Means it look like a flower. So resembling a flower like structure, hence the name of the class. So their mouth which is oval and surrounded by the tentacles which is look like a flower, that's why their name as a Anthrozoa. So the mouth led into the tubular pharynx called as a stembum, that term to open into cylindron. Cylindron is divided into the radial compartment by the vertical septa called as a mesenteries. So nidocyst occurs in epidermal as well as a gastrodermal region. So if we see in this class Anthrozoa, which gonads occurs in the gastrodermis region. So all in these three classes, we see the first class that is a Hydrozoa, second class that is a Scyphozoa, and third class that is a Anthrozoa. All these classes gonads which is present in the epidermis region. So thank you.